And welcome back. We enjoyed learning from that security tip, and we hope you did too. I'm here in this half of our program with Uvonne Andoh, our volunteer coordinator. Good morning.
Good morning.
On this blustery morning, it's nice to be inside, isn't it?
It sure is. It's really cold outside.
Uvonne, how long have you been with us now?
So when you're talking about with the volunteer position, it's been 4 months.
4 months?
4 months.
Well, you just jumped right in and done wonderful things.
Well, thank you so much.
So we're coming up here on the end of the year, our last month of the year. What's important about that for our volunteers?
The most important thing about that is turning in your hours, making sure that all your hours from the beginning of the year are turned into me, because it's really important, because in the next year, what we do is we like to acknowledge all our volunteers who have put in that effort, put in those hours with the Presidential Award. So that is an opportunity to say thank you, an opportunity for you to get your medal stating that you've completed 100 hours, 250 hours, or 500 plus hours, or even 4,000 hours. So it's just an opportunity to say thank you to you.
And you have a big ceremony, I believe.
We do.
A big get-together.
Get-together, and that is where you get your award or certificate stating that you have completed how many hours that you did.
So if you haven't, let's say that I volunteered this year, but I just didn't want to fool with writing that down. What if I don't write it down? Does it matter?
I mean, it does matter. You know, everyone has their own opinion in regards to whether they want to turn in hours or not, but it also helps the company just to track, you know, our hours, our volunteers. So it does help in the long run with the company. So even though you might not want to, I will encourage you to turn in your hours, and it doesn't matter how you turn in your hours. I'm very flexible. So either you send it via email to me, you can drop it at my office, which is located in Garden Ridge. You can drop it off at the front desk, so whichever way makes it easier for you.
Is there a specific form to use?
There is. So if you go to every front desk and you ask for a volunteer hours form, they will give you that. So that will give you, that form will give you like the date where you volunteered and how many hours you volunteered on that specific date.
And there's also a form available on the Village Bridge.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and I think it's you can fill it right there, screen fillable.
Yes.
And then print it at the end of every month.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And you're located where, if someone wanted to bring it to you?
I am located in Garden Ridge on the 2nd floor, right across Employee Health.
Okay.
Yes.
So they could just drop it off there to you,
drop it
or
off.
turn it in at any front desk.
Absolutely, and I'll get that form.
That's good. And it's important for people to do that.
Oh, it is. It is. And I really appreciate, I've gotten the opportunity, you know, to meet different groups and just interact with resident volunteers. And it's just amazing to see that people actually dedicate their time, you know, their availability just to help others out. And especially me being located in Garden Ridge, seeing IO volunteers come into Garden Ridge just to maybe visit residents or even help out with events, it makes a great difference, because as we know, there are some residents in Garden Ridge where they don't get the opportunity to have family members visit them.
That's right.
So having, you know, our IO residents come over just to stop by to check in really makes a big difference.
Especially this time of year,
Absolutely.
I think. You know, this time of year people kind of feel a little more lonely than ever.
Yes.
Let's say if someone wanted to volunteer to just visit people at Garden Ridge, how would they do that?
So they'll come talk to me. We can schedule a time either by phone or in person. I prefer in person just to get to, you know you, and we can kind of go over the different possibilities or options in regards to volunteering in Garden Ridge, and I can do a little bit of orientation for you, just for you to understand the dynamic of Garden Ridge as a building, and the residents who are in Garden Ridge, how to interact with residents who are in assisted living or in skilled nursing.
And it doesn't take any special talents.
No, it does not.
Some people are a little more, I guess the word might be challenging to deal with than others.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that those people don't need to have some interaction.
That's correct.
Some people are kind of living in another world, and that's all right.
That's all right.
They still like to interact with people and
They
talk
do.
with people, maybe play a game with them.
They do.
You know, whatever.
Right, and let me just acknowledge the pet therapy group that we do have in
Yes.
Garden Ridge. That's one big piece of, our IO resident coming over to Garden Ridge. And believe it or not, when the pets do come to Garden Ridge, it brightens the day of residents who love dogs. It is a form of companionship. They might in the past have had a dog, because they're in Garden Ridge, they might not have that dog.
And
So
they
just
remember the dog.
seeing other people's dog, just that visit makes them really happy.
Just something warm and alive
Right.
that they can touch.
Right. So if you do have a dog and you would like to, come over to Garden Ridge for you to, share your dog with a resident in Garden Ridge, you can just talk to me
Good.
and I'll just go over the process with you.
Good. So you're welcoming dogs.
Absolutely, I am. I am.
I have one question. I've seen advertisements that I don't exactly understand, that I know you need people to help deliver and be with people who are coming to the beauty salon there.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
there's something about some free beauty that you can get. How does that work?
So if you're a volunteer who might be interested in helping out in the beauty salon, the main duties for the volunteer will be getting residents to their appointments, waiting for them and taking them back. So the
Okay.
more you do it, there's an incentive with that. You do get a free makeover, with your hair. So that's pretty much what it is. So your time and dedication that you are volunteering, helping our residents, taking them to appointments and back, you will get that incentive, which
Well,
is
that's
that
pretty
makeover.
good. And
Yes.
there's some really good hairdressers
They-
over
yes,
there, so that's a good
absolutely,
idea.
Absolutely.
And what a good deal, because people living in Garden Ridge, for them to get there, that takes away from the staff there.
It does. It helps. It really helps the staff a lot, because as you
Good.
know, the nurses, trying to give medication, trying to take people to appointments.
Right.
So you being that extra hand,
Right.
it makes
And
a
just
great difference.
Take along a book and read while you're waiting for the
Yes,
person, and pick them up
absolutely.
later.
Yep. Or even have a conversation with them.
Certainly.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that's
it goes-
terrific. Yes, maybe a conversation with them or with another resident who's waiting.
Yes.
That's another way to give.
It is.
Right.
Yes.
Where do we need volunteers the most on campus?
I believe everywhere.
Well, I know right here in Channel 6 we do.
Everywhere. So everywhere. So what I like to let new residents know when it comes to volunteering, don't be scared, to just go around, attend different events, just see where you might fit in. There's no harm in volunteering. This is just
and
your
look
extra
for
time.
places where you think maybe you can help.
Yes, absolutely. It's just you providing that help, which makes you happy. I know anytime I help someone,
Right.
it makes me happy.
I know.
they're being
I
helped.
finished with a meeting the other day. Another group of people came in. They were going to be stuffing some envelopes. And I thought, well, I have a half an hour here.
Right.
Could I help you? Sometimes
Yes.
it's just a matter of saying, where could I help?
Right.
How can I reach out and
That
help
is
someone?
true. That is true.
And then just either dive in or come and see you and say, is this a group that I could help with?
Right. And I can also throw that out there. If you're contemplating or you're not sure what groups are available on campus, you can always reach out to your community resources person. They do have that list of different groups on campus, and you can just give them a call, the leader a call.
So that would be Janelle Cesare or Dwayne
or
Ward.
Dwayne Ward, that's correct. And they can make a copy for you of that list, and you can just reach out and attend different events and just see for yourself, have that feel for yourself. Is this something that I really want to volunteer in? So just be open, just be open, because there's so many volunteer opportunities.
And there are very few where there are any special skills required, and if there are, someone could help you learn what they are.
Absolutely.
That's good. Don't hesitate to volunteer. And I think in my age group, at least, that a lot of us were working so hard during our working years that we didn't have time to volunteer much. So it's kind of a new thing for us. And we need to kind of say, could I do that? Could I do that?
Right.
So don't be afraid to ask.
Yes, don't be afraid at all.
Okay, good deal.
At all.
Uvonne, thanks so much for joining us this
You're
morning.
very much welcome.
And we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
All right.